Just a few weeks ago, we went on a P&O cruise on the beautiful ship Iona. Did you, we hear you say? You should have said. One of the evening events was the brand new Schhh Experience, created by Nicole Scherzinger. We promised you a full review, so here it is. Now, will it be Schh-amazing or will it be Schh-miserable? Introduce yourselves, you two, and let's get cracking. Hello and welcome to Postcard and a Pint. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Wills.
And today we're going to do something we've been threatening to do for weeks. We are going to give you a full review of the Schhh show evening thing. Now, if you don't know us and you're new here, we went on a cruise a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we went on the P&O Iona.
And we're still milking it now.
Hell yeah.
We went to Northern Europe. We've got quite a few vlogs about our time there. We've got a nice ship overview. Just check those out if you do want to find out more about the ship and our experience on there. But this Schhh experience was quite new.
Yeah, before we went,
Yeah.
we saw an article online about Nicole Sherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls, Lewis Hamilton's ex, had devised or developed a new show on board this and the, what's the other ship?
Arvia.
The Arvia.
I believe it's gone on to Ventura now as well.
So we kind of assumed it was just a show, but was it?
Was it? It's a secret. You have to keep the secret.
Yeah.
So we were quite intrigued by it, and we definitely thought, yeah, we're going to go that night. We're going to check it out. So towards the end of the cruise, up it came in the horizon.
Oh yeah, I've got the horizon
Get
here.
the horizon out, son.
This is the horizon.
Yeah. So
there she is.
There she is.
So what it says in here, bearing in mind that, should we tell them about the venue first?
No, you do that first.
So what it says in here, it says 9:30. Where does it say that? Let me see. Here we go. 9:30 till midnight. Ooh, way past our bedtime. 9:30 till midnight. Shh. The biggest nightclub experience at sea. Shh. Can you keep a secret?
So,
we can't keep a secret. That's why we're here telling you this.
So to be honest, didn't really say anything.
No, we didn't know what it was.
Didn't know what it was going to be.
Thought it was a show.
Assumed it might be a bit nightclubby. Anyway, it takes place in the Skydome. Now, the Skydome by day is the indoor pool.
Yep.
It's got fast food place to eat there, a couple of bars. It's where a lot of your families, certainly on colder cruises, hang out.
It's where your kids get all the hot dogs and the burgers and chips.
And we'd found from experience, if we wanted to go and see a show in there, we'd seen a couple of aerial shows in there. If you arrive on the dot of your show, you will not get a seat.
No.
And the thing with this is, it was only happening once.
And it was Nicole Scherzinger, so everyone wanted a bit of it, even though no one knew what it was.
Yeah, so we thought, let's get there early. So we got there half hour early, 9 o'clock. Still struggled to get a seat.
We did, yeah.
Half hour early. We had to stand and sort of like hover, waiting for some people to go.
Yeah.
But we got a seat. The place looked nice, didn't it? It had drapes from the ceilings.
Big mirror ball. Well, it wasn't a mirror ball, it was a video mirror ball type thing, but it looked good.
Screens at the end.
But the music was pounding, wasn't it? It literally was walking into a nightclub, which isn't really our thing, to be honest. Whereas the other shows for the rest of the week, it was all nice, gentle music, you know.
Yeah, and lovely. But yeah, this had a different vibe. So far,
so good.
They were doing pretty well. Yes, it looked like a nightclub. It smelled like a nightclub. Actually, that's a lie. It smelled like a swimming pool. It was time to get ourselves a drink. Now, from our little bit of research that we had done before we went on the cruise, we knew there was a signature cocktail.
Oh, and we were going to try it.
Yeah, we were definitely going to try it and review it. Now, when we got on board, there was no really talk of this cocktail at all.
I didn't see it mentioned once, to be honest.
No, and we thought all the bars in the Skydome would be pushing this cocktail. There's one upstairs, there's the two downstairs.
It was literally a little pop-up bar, little thing on wheels, little pop-up bar. And the only reason we saw it is because I went to the toilet. I'll tell you what, they did mention it on the TV channel. There was a little bit about this thing, but we didn't discover that till after we'd been. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so Wills went down and he bought us 2 cocktails.
£9 each, a bit pricey.
£9 each, but we're not really cocktail drinkers. So Wills, you are now going to read what is in the cocktail.
I'm going to have to read it because I can't really remember. Right, the cocktail consisted of, this is just what the guy told me, by the way, so there could be bits missing out. So, Aperol, tequila, passion fruit syrup, Tabasco, magic spice, not magic spices, secret spices. And
a chili.
And was it lime in there and lemon?
I don't know.
It was there was a whole chili in the top.
Yeah.
And around the edge they do that thing, as I say, we're not cocktail drinkers. And they had that kind of salty, sweety,
like
sugary.
It wasn't sweet. I think it was salt and spices. So Wills comes back with the cocktails.
Very excited.
And I was all ready to take my first sip. And Wills recorded it. Now I don't say anything, but we're going to show over the top now just exactly what Rachel thought of the cocktail. It wasn't good, was it? It was disgusting. Yeah, I thought, now in hindsight, remember that disgusting drink back in the 80s, Umbongo?
Oh, bongo, they drink it in the Congo, that's all.
If you put that in a glass with some ice and chopped the top of a chilli and sprayed all the seeds in and then threw the chilli in on top, put salt and oregano and paprika around the rim.
You've thought about this?
Yeah, I have thought about this.
Okay.
That is possibly the cocktail. It was rank.
It's meant to be the best cocktail at sea.
Oh no, it's supposed to be exotic. No wonder they don't sell any. It's absolutely
And also
vile.
as well, one of the things is they didn't make it up like you make up a cocktail. It was all pre-mixed in one of those squirty things, you know, like you get soft drinks in those.
So next, having seen my overreaction, it was Wills's turn to have a drink. And what did you think of it?
I mean, it was foul, to be honest, but I was determined. I was absolutely determined to get through it. It was that initial shock of that stuff around the rim.
Yeah.
Misses. And, oh dear, I've coached myself now. Lost my train of thought now. Anyway, it was that stuff around the rim.
And stop it. Anyway, needless to say, Wills would not be defeated by this cocktail, and he went in for another go.
I don't know why, I keep going back to it. I'm hoping it'll get better. My insides are starting to burn. I don't know if it's the chili or what, but I don't know whether I've got heartburn or whether I'm just... words cannot even describe.
So stop drinking it then, you silly beggar. So there we are, horrible cocktail, tried, disgusted, he was not for giving up.
I need the lager to get the taste out of my mouth.
Do the sensible thing and ditch the cocktail.
That's better.
Good lad. Now when we arrived, as we said, we didn't know what to expect. There were 2 roped off areas at the side of the pool. And the dancers were there in the space.
They were there.
They were just kind of milling around. There was these kind of 2... I want to say roped off areas.
Well, they were.
But they were roped off for showtime, but then they kept opening up. And they were just kind of, they weren't podium dancing, they were just sort of dancing. just dancing. I tell you what, let's cross over to Will's for the first live update.
Update so far, it's 10 to 10, and nothing's really happened. We had a little bit of a dance break at 9:30. We thought that was the start of the show. It obviously wasn't, it was a bit of a pre-show. We've got some of the cast down there dancing, but not really interacting with the kids, or with anyone, to be honest. It's just a bit confusing, no one really knows what's happening. There's a lot of confused looking faces. Anyway, I'll keep you updated.
So, as Will said, at 9:30, just after 9:30, the dancers went on and they did their first set.
But just before that, there was a bit of a video-y sequence.
Yeah.
And the song, I don't know if you know it, the Bjork song, Oh So Quiet. Like, shh, oh so quiet. But it wasn't Bjork doing it, it was a new contemporary version of it. And then the dancers came on.
But there was always a gap after it.
It was weird,
Whenever
wasn't it?
they played it, there was a gap and everyone's like, oh, is this
Something's
starting?
about to happen. Oh, no,
maybe
nothing's
it's
about
not.
to happen.
But anyway, the dancers went on and they did a really good set.
They did about 10 minutes, didn't they?
They're good dancers. It was a nice, lively set. It was a well choreographed set. I think people appreciated the dancers more in this because stripped back away from all their elevators and video walls that they have in the theatre, we got to see them just dance.
Just dancing, yeah.
And the stage in the Skydome moves across the top of the pool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes together, sometimes it's in 2 ends. They were joined by some of the aerialists from the Skydome cast. So they did Jai-Ho, they did Run by Boy Run. They did a lyrically number with an aerial artist.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was
really good.
Really, really good.
But then...
nothing really happened. They went back from their set, back to the little roped off areas which get unroped a little bit and did their kind of bland dancing, but it doesn't look like they've been directed.
It was obvious that they were trying to get the audience to join in, but they just didn't.
Nobody said.
No.
Nobody said, get up and dance. Nobody said, come into this rope bit and dance with us. Come and have a party.
There was none of that.
Nothing. It was like the biggest non-party going.
It lacked direction, didn't it?
Hugely
Listen to
lacked
us sound
direction.
like theatre snobs.
It was like all the work had gone into that 10-minute set where they needed a whole load of work going into how to get people up and dance, how to... I mean, to be honest, the playlist, the tracks weren't great
No.
either. If they'd have played some really banging tracks, because again, on P&O, you're a really mixed demographic. You've got...
There were kids that were older.
You've got your parents, you've got your grandparents. It really is a mixed one. And they're British.
Yeah.
You've got to tell these people what to do. Not spontaneous, not going to get up there. It would be different if it was a cruise of 20-somethings and you'd marketed it as, this is going to be a huge party.
Yeah.
People would have done it, but nothing happened. And then that Bjork, not Bjork track played again. And
there was a bit of a gap.
There was they all have this sort of little dance that they do to it. They have to hop back up on the stages, do their little dance with the video walls, and then nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. So as a party, it really is a bit of a non-starter. What happened next? So after this sort of non-dance party is happening, the dancers then disappeared. So we thought, is that really it? Is that it now for the whole night? But no, they had gone for a costume change, and they did come back, but by this time, people were leaving.
Yeah.
We struggled to get a seat getting in. By now you could have had your pick of the seats
Absolutely.
upstairs. The most people there were staff.
Yeah.
I think because it was new, the singers from the Ents team had come, officers, younger officers had come to have a look, hadn't seen it before. So yeah, but anyway, then, it's oh so quiet, Bjork, not Bjork. And the dancers come out again and did another 10-minute
routine,
set.
which was very good.
Which was very, very good. They used, I think, was it fans or something? Drums. Nice
We've kind of
visual.
forgotten what actually happened in the timeline. But in a nutshell,
No, yeah.
they did a 10-minute dance. They didn't do anything for a little while apart from dancing on the sides. Then there was So Quiet again, and then there was a bit of a dance again. And it was weird, wasn't it?
It was very, very strange. But the people who were left were now starting to get drunk enough to dance. So we had the odd one or two, and what I did feel for the dancers, whenever somebody got up and danced with them, the rest of them would legged it over to the side so they could all be in on the party, and they weren't on their own at all. So yeah, a bit of a non-event.
It's 5 to 11. We've no idea if the show's finished or not. We'll tell you what it's like. Nearly finished. Rachel's nowhere near finished. But I do need this to get rid of the taste.
I can't believe he's still drinking it. So it got to 11 o'clock. There was nearly nobody there.
There weren't many people at all,
and this
were there?
thing's supposed to go on till midnight. There was a few people drunk enough to dance. This is the time that we bailed. And it'd been marketed as, keep the secret. We still haven't got a clue what that secret is.
Got
a clue what that secret is. And when you think of like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child in the West End, that was all marketed on, oh, you come in but you don't tell anybody, and that worked really well. It was almost like they'd gone, oh, that's a good idea, and then just not followed it through. Yeah, to this day, we have still no clue what it was about. So a party that relies on being drunk enough to join in, and a very disjointed evening. So that was Shhh. What do we think of it? Well, I hope now, a few months down the line, they've managed to make it work.
Interestingly, we saw a video, we saw somebody's vlog about it on one of the other ships, and they did have a DJ that was encouraging, seemed to be encouraging people.
Yeah, because that's the advice that I gave on our Iona video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just needed knitting together. It needed an MC. It needed
It was
DJ.
a load of individual sections,
Yeah.
just not put together very well.
It was a good concept, and it could have been a really rocky night if they'd have really mixed up the music to hit all the ages of passengers they've got. Had people really encouraging people to dance, drink. You see, in the same space, you put a pair of headphones on, call it a silent disco.
Yeah, everyone's up.
Everyone's up. The Brits aren't scared to dance, apart from us. But it just was marketed badly.
It wasn't marketed at all. That's the problem.
And it was not. The execution was really, really poor of the evening. Not the dancers.
Dancers were great. We're
The
not knocking the
aerials
dancers.
were great. All the individual
Choreography
bits,
was great.
It was some of the best choreography I thought on the ship. But just as an evening, it just didn't work. Everybody left confused.
A for effort, Nicole.
Yeah.
D minus for
for execution. Yeah, it was. Nobody knew what it was, and that's all that's wrong with it. I think if it could just be knitted together,
They might fine-tune it.
probably have a really good night where everyone's up and dancing.
And I think the longer it goes on for, the more people will kind of know what it is. They'll know it's an evening now. Because, as I say, we thought it was a show.
But yeah, so it wasn't. It wasn't a show. They say it's an experience.
It was an experience.
It's certainly an experience.
That cocktail was an
It
experience.
certainly was.
Nearly there, come on.
Wills was not going to be defeated by that drink. How was that, lad?
Yeah.
And Rach?
Well, I guess that's it really. There's nothing really much more to say, is there?
It's an experience.
It is an experience indeed, the old show.
The what show?
The show.
We're going to finish up now. Do check out our other Iona videos.
Yeah, we've got loads of those.
Yeah, lots. Anything you want to know about the ship, or drop us a question.
Yeah.
We've answered quite a few. We've
Yeah,
enjoyed
and
it.
then the subscribe thing. If you could subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and like, it really, really does help.
It does indeed.
It does indeed. So I guess we should sign off really.
We should.
With our non-alcoholic beer.
And our cup of tea.
Cup of tea, school night and
School
all
night,
that.
as we say.
In postcard and a pint. Cheers to the good times. What you get if you cross an 80s pop star with a cheap floor covering?
I don't know.
Vinyl Richie!
Ah.